यथाग्निर्दहिका शुक्ति रामकृष्ण स्थिता हि य सर्वविद्या स्वरूपं तं शारदां प्रणमम्यहम्. I bow down to Sri Sharada Devi, who resides as the cosmic power in Ramakrishna, as the burning power dwells in fire, and who is the embodiment of all knowledge. May the Mother illumine our hearts and protect us from Maya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace be unto all. This Sunday is very special. Swami Prabuddhananda ji, head of the Vedanta Society of Northern California, San Francisco, will speak on Sri Sharada Devi's advice to working people. Swami is a very respectable and very wonderful Swami. He was the head of the Ramakrishna Ashram, Bangalore, before he came to the United States in 1970. Generally, we do not talk too much about the Swamis. Anyhow, he will speak on this subject, as I already mentioned. I want to say many things about him, but I feel shy. I don't want to embarrass him. But he's a really wonderful sadhu and a great loving soul. Anyhow, I don't want to embarrass him too much, but I request Swami to speak on this subject. Thank you.
Swami Chaitananda ji and friends. As he was introducing me, I was thinking of something what one of our brothers used to say in the introduction, the less said the better. So he has followed, that's very good. Yeah, I'm very thankful to the Swami for his kind words. I am very happy to be here this morning, actually these 1.5 days. It's always a joy to be in the company of Swamis and devotees, especially when you come to other centers. In our own centers, what happens, you know, the Swami also knows. What is going on there, what is going on here, what is there and all that. It is not done, always some attention is there. But here, you're carefree. The moment we come out of the gate, the baggage claim there, until we go back to when we check in, until then we are entirely free. Nothing to think about. Everything is taken care of. Even small things are taken care of. So, that is one side. Another side, it is a feast, spiritual feast for us. To be in the company of spiritual seekers, both monastic, non-monastic, and then think about God, pray, meditate, and then discuss, listen. Actually, we don't give talks. Swamis don't give talks or lectures or hold classes. They're all in the university or somewhere. Here it is satsang, holy company, that's all. Breathe the atmosphere, breathe our spiritual atmosphere at the emotional level, intellectual level, and if we can, at the spiritual level too. So that opportunity has come to me, so I am very grateful to the Swami. Now, coming to the subject, as he has already announced, this is the 150th, we are observing the 150th birth anniversary of the Holy Mother, Sri Sharada Devi. There is wealth of literature. Yes, devotees you are all familiar with. More and more incidents are coming out. See, before her centennial, birth centennial, 1953, she was hiding. Even before that, earlier, very early days of our monastery in the Ramakrishna order, even her photograph was not given to all. It was not sold. It was kept only for those who could understand her. Close devotees only were given the picture. Because of this, her life is so simple. At the same time, it is so profound. Their fear was they may not be able to understand her. Understand her or misunderstand her. Oh, what is there? We see such things, such women everywhere we see. I remember one devotee in San Francisco when I first came. I introduced a book, Holy Mother, and then after first reading, he comes and tells, Swami, I think I am also like that. I'm also like that. I'm kind to people and I'm simple and like that, that's all. I'm also like that. Or even Sri Ramakrishna's time, they found Sri Ramakrishna is a great guru, supreme guru, and she is his wife. That's all. Wife can be anything. No. Like that, all types of ideas. Only Swamiji, Swami Vivekananda, some of the direct disciples, both householders and monastic, only they could recognize. Because first was only Sri Ramakrishna who could recognize her. That is why, that was why she was not, her photograph was not sold. And in short, she was hiding. But somehow, after the centennial, slowly, so many things are coming out. And people, it is not that they don't understand. They understand her more than others because she speaks to the heart. She uplifts like that gently and soothing. One of our Swamis used to advise us, give Vedanta to people in a painless way. Hers was not only painless, but sweet. sweet way, painless way, the profound truths are given. So more and more things are coming out, and people are being transformed more and more. And as one of our Swamis put it, he was about to enter a car. He said, someone was standing, Mother is pushing others, Swamiji and Sri Ramakrishna, and taking her seat there. So more and more. I always remember one incident in San Francisco when I first came, what happened. I used to interview all the members just to acquaint myself with them. One by one. One old devotee says, when I read for Swamiji, it was too much for me. When I read Sri Ramakrishna, it is above my head. But after I read Mother, everything seems to have fallen in line like that. So, people are wonderstruck. What is there in that? There must be something extraordinary. Things are happening, and sometimes, we speak of culture. Culture. Oh, this is our culture. But we find in the United States or in South America or some other place, people easily appreciate Mother. So this is a phenomenon happening. And who is she? What is that power? It is very difficult to say. That's why it's very difficult to speak on Mother. The final consolation is, whoever she may be, she is what she is anyway. And I am what I am anyway. That's why Mother said, just think you have a mother, that's enough. I have a mother. Whenever there is any difficulty, think that I have a mother. Is it all? A mother would say, yes. Her teachings, her ways were very, very simple. Dress was simple, language was simple, method was simple, spiritual instructions were simple. We are fond of technicalities and then steps in meditation, and then we want to discuss about meditation, all that. Mother would say, when I give initiation, I give the mantra, I have given everything. Nothing more need be done. This is her way. There's no outside spiritual teachers. We have all sorts of pictures, First you should be a monk or a nun. Some robes must be there. Some robe must be there. And if you have a beard, still better. And then long hair, still better. So it's all there. And when bombastic language, high-flown philosophy, and oratory, we associate with a spiritual teacher with all these. If that is not there, what is that? What is there? And more than everything else, spiritual teacher means you should have argumentative power. Whoever comes, you should defeat in debate. Like our debates going on now, The same thing in the religious field. Debate, and then try to win over the opponent like that. But here we see a simple village woman dressed in simple clothes, but dignified, high, very dignified, and speaking softly, very shy, very shy. What do you think of that spiritual teacher? What can we discuss with her? And her medium of instruction was just simple, being a mother, treating everyone as her child. And in and through that, giving actually spiritual food. It is not spiritual instruction, spiritual food is given. That's why people used to be satisfied. She used to give some prasad. Come, my child, I eat some little prasad. What kind of prasad is that? I can also give you. Cookies I can give, fruit I can give, all that. It's there in every social circle, such things are done. But here, along with that love behind, and then that spirituality behind, with that she gave. So, coming back to what I was telling, she is becoming more and more known everywhere. And not only known, life is transformed. She touches the heart is soothed. After all, in life, when we are bruised, we all move about like that, That is why don't touch me, emotionally. Psychologically, we have our own territories. And if we don't want to allow anyone to enter into that territory, if they come, we are hurt. Everywhere our life is that anyone, you see, inwardly we are hurt, bleeding all the time. But the mother knew how to soothe that, Soothing ways, soothing words, and that should heal inside, inner healing. And it doesn't stop there. Through that, what we call in spiritual life, that realization, that perfection, all that will come. And though we may not know her, who is that? But this we see happening in people, coming, knowing nothing of her, slowly being absorbed in her. And after Sri Ramakrishna passed away, or even when he was in the physical body, one day he told her, you will have to do a lot of work. What have I done after all? She shyly says, oh, I am a woman. Think of woman, shy woman of late 19th century, coming from a village. She knew only a little reading, that's all, not writing. Later years, one of her devotees wants her autograph. And he brings a book and then a pencil. She wanted to write her name, but she went on making loops like children. That's all her literary education. What can I do? He said, no, you will have to do a lot. So after Sri Ramakrishna passed away, she lived 34 years. And there, her life, of course, her life from the very beginning, I said working people in the title, her life from the very beginning was very active. Even when she was a little girl at home, she used to help her mother, help her father, help her neighbors, keeping herself active. Later on in the service of Sri Ramakrishna and the devotees, all this active life all the time. After Sri Ramakrishna passed away, she became not only the teacher, she became the mother of all. Love and service. The Sri Ramakrishna movement, the Ramakrishna ideal, the emphasis is given to, of course, God realization. We have to realize the truth, realize the self, realize God in this life. Life is meant for that. But what is the means? Means, of course, meditation, discrimination, and more than everything else, the emphasis is on love and service. With that emphasis, practice all other disciplines too. Love and service towards everyone. And the Holy Mother Sri Sharda Devi became an exemplar of that, a model, role model. That is what she did. What did she do? Say for working people. Are there any non-working people in this world? I don't think there is any non-working person. Non-working person means he is what? Dull and retarded, or it's a non-working person. Otherwise, all are working people only in different ways. But when we say working people, it is this. Common people like us, with our weaknesses, problems, and then duties and responsibilities, all these are there. And we want to do it well, but things are not happening properly. Things are not happening. Things are not going properly. So what should we do? Where is the help? It is that. So she became an exemplar, not like a mother superior in a convent or somewhere, or a pope, or a great authority. Like that, he was a shy, gentle person. She continued to be like that. Always almost behind the screen, speaking a few words only. And how did she live? The place, there is a description of that. I can give you. Her house was people used to go for spiritual instructions. A temple or a monastery. Yes, it was like that. And a school, an ashrama for looking after the needy and the destitute, and a hospital for the sick, all in one. I want to add one or two more. It was a lunatic asylum also, because she lived with her family. Some of them were crazy, some of them were greedy, and some devotees used to come for instructions. But all devotees are not very what should we say, genteel. Some of them were rough, and some of them were, what should I say, dumb in a way. Once someone comes and salutes her, and then he bit her toe. You know that incident. Why did you do like that? What kind of devotion is that? He said, I want you to remember me, that's why I do like that. Like that, various types of people. And there is the other side. The great disciples of Sri Ramakrishna used to come with great devotion, love and respect, and then treating her, worshipping her as the Divine Mother, incarnation of the Divine Mother. And earlier, Sri Ramakrishna himself had worshipped her. And sometimes I want to think of the pressure which she had to bear while living in this ashrama, lunatic asylum, temple, all in one. This one side, there's so much of devotion, worship, respect, all those in one side. Another side, this pull of all these ordinary people with all their human qualities like greed or lust or anger, jealousies. Her own brothers were jealous of each other, always fought. This is our common man, common woman. So much of pressure. From different directions pressures come to us. And then, in and through that, how to lead the life. Of course, the Bhagavad Gita calls it Kurukshetra. It's a battlefield. Husband battles with the wife, wife battles with the husband, children battle with the parents, parents battle with the children. When I go to office, it is the same thing. How about the monastery? What do you think of monastery? It is the same thing. There is one incident in the mother's life. There was one devotee, and he was married and he had his family, all that. He was looking after that. Things were going on all right. Somehow it entered into his head that he should practice spiritual disciplines exclusively, more of it, meditation, prayer, study. That's all he wanted to do, more. So what he did, he ran away from home and he entered into an ashrama, one of our ashramas. And then he started this kind of intense spiritual practice, like meditation and all that. Then how can he do only that? So he would do volunteer service, a little bit of sweeping here and then cleaning there and then gardening there, like that. And then our Swami brothers, one person has come, a volunteer. So they started giving him more and more work. And more and more, it increased. And he found it terrible. See, I came to practice more of meditation and then japa, dhyana, all that. Now I feel I was doing better at home. So then he was shocked what was happening to him. So he ran to mother. Do you know what mother says? He narrated to her his tale of woe. Hearing everything, the mother said, "Well, my child, It's like moving from the frying pan to the fire. The mother advised him to bear everything patiently. It is not that he should run away. Oh, I have made the wrong decision, let me go back. See, we all know everything, or psychologists, psychiatrists, and all of them say, running away is no solution to any problem. Lord Krishna said long back in the Bhagavad Gita, don't run away. Stand up and fight the battle. Did that. My child, the mother advised him to bear everything patiently, always remembering the master. If you really have a passionate desire for spiritual practices, she said, the master will arrange for the needed facilities at the right time. At the right time it will come. Now, you decided to come here and do this, just go on like this patiently. So one of the instructions is don't run away. Carry on. And the mother, how did those who observed mother in her home could notice this very clearly? What is that? One of his disciples writes, mother's constant remembrance of the Lord. Constantly she is remembering. Her entire dependence on him under all circumstances. And her unique faith and devotion to him. And there was no special room or chapel for the master. Wherever the mother was, he could be there with her. And our common man, common woman, these working people means there are so many chores. Usually, those who are working people in quotation marks, those who are not, like a professor in a college, he gives talks and all that, he corrects papers or this and that, it's all over. All the details are done by someone else or a top-class surgeon. All assistants will do everything, small things. He will come and put some stitches and then goes away. And he gets more money than others for doing very little, as it were. So, when you say working people, they're chores. This has to be done. This has to be done again and again, the same thing. And after that, next chore is there. Like that going on. What is mother's way of getting up from her sleep? She would have the darshan of the master, have her morning ablutions, and sit for japa and dhyana. Often our complaint is, common people complain, we have so many chores. Where is time for meditation prayer? Mother says, she was very busy, but still she would repeat 100,000 times the name of God. Morning she would get up at 3 o'clock and first practice all these and then go and then take care of all the chores. She would then perform her daily chores of the household. What are those? Cut the vegetables for cooking and making beetle rolls, arranging for worship, all these, and taking care of these guests, all these. And she showed no aversion or negligence towards any work of the household. Everything was for the master. God, the Master, is the center of everything. Whatever chore is done, it is not for me. It is for Him. Everything was for the Master. The household was entirely the Master's own, and everything was done for Him. She was living only through His direction. He was the Lord, and she was just a maidservant in His household. The only aim of her living her body, living in her body, was to serve Him. Excuse me. Serve Him and please Him. Why are we tired of these chores? Sometimes tired, disgusted, and excuse me, and getting angry. Have we not found in ourselves? For nothing we are angry, full of anger. Against whom, I don't know. But closely observe against some of these, against ourselves. We had a professor. He thought he was not given proper place in the university. He would tell in our class with great, this poor fellow has to teach you all. He was self-pity. So all these make us miserable because of the basic error we do. It is all for the family, it is all for me, it is all mine. No, whatever little I do, it is for the Lord only. He is the center of our family. That is why wherever Holy Mother lived, or wherever there was the shrine, that was her bedroom. She said, I don't want to be separated from Him in any way. There are no special shrine wherever she went. Her bedroom was, His shrine was her bedroom. Her bedroom was the shrine. So whatever is done is for Him only. That is the instruction. How? Have you not heard this? Heard of this instruction? But she showed how to do it. In and through all this turmoil going on, around her, yes, it can be done. Spiritual life can be led. It's not led by everyone, common people. It's not for special people only. It is for common people. And there is a description of who all came to her, with what all problems. From sadhus of the highest spiritual eminence to people steeped in worldliness and entangled in all kinds of worldly situations, all came to her with their questions and problems. Our great monks of the order would go to her whenever they could not decide anything. Organizational matters, don't think it is spiritual things. Organizational matters. Growing organization, big organization, and in organization, the members are all these monks and devotees. They're all brilliant, and then many of them highly self-opinionated. Like that, when conflicts came, when they could not solve that, they would run to Mother. And her way is not holding a court, like you did this, who is right, who is wrong, what is this, that is not the way. Insight. Through insight, it is this, it is right. Do this way. And all of them, starting from Swami Vivekananda. See, Vivekananda had a big doubt. What is that big doubt? Whether to come to this country or not. when he heard of the Parliament of Religions, people all suggested that you should go and represent Hinduism there. Then a doubt came. Am I going just because they tell me, or am I going for self-glorification, for my own glory, or it's the divine will? A terrible doubt. And then he writes to mother. Mother says, it is right, you should go. He said, mother's blessing came, with one bound I crossed the ocean. That is Swamiji's language. I crossed the ocean. And other disciples too were like that. And when she told something, they accepted it immediately without question, because she saw that was the right thing, that insight into all these matters. That is why people used to come, these monks. Among them were the erudite and ignorant, men and women, rich and poor, and the young and the old. The mother would listen to everybody with the same minute attention and would answer each one of them in such a simple and straightforward way that each would be perfectly satisfied and all doubts would disappear. In the Shankaracharya's, one of the hymns, you are familiar with that. The teacher sat in silence, students were there, and all the doubts were cleared. In silence. The deep, call it spiritual silence, it is similar to that. Naughty problems, like the truths about Brahman, about spiritual practices, about household affairs, about conditions of the health of the body and the mind, would all be brought to her by seekers from various walks of life. As their mother, she would bestow loving attention on them and guide each one of them along the right path. The mother was always approachable to the poor and the lowly. This is another thing. When you say spiritual teacher, the ordinary spiritual teacher, he should be unapproachable. He should be there, and then with awe we should be standing outside like that. No, none of those things in her case. Approachable to the poor and the lowly, to the sick and the destitute, and they invariably got help and consolation from her. Now, I'll give you a few examples. For common people, that is our subject. Actually, I am coming to the subject just now. All that was introduction. One devotee, out of his enthusiasm, used to bring gifts to mother. Mother said, why do you bring gifts like that? I have no use, I don't use them. Instead of that, do like this. Excuse me.
Here is water. You want to drink a little warm water?
Thank you. You see, for the ashrama, you buy some land. We can grow rice and other lentils and all those things. For the monks and then for devotees, it will be useful in future too. It's a permanent gift. Like that, yes, he listened, and then some money was collected, and they wanted to buy some land. But the landowner, last moment, changed his mind. I'm not going to sell the land. So mother says, see, if the money is with me, it will be spent. Some people will come and ask, and I'll give away. So I want to save this money. For buying we can't buy the land. So what we let us do, let us buy rice. paddy. Paddy is before husking. Let us buy paddy. With the harvest season, it is very inexpensive at that time. Then let us stock lot of paddy. Then when the price goes up, let us sell it. You may call it the worldly wisdom. Yes, we should be practical. She is showing how we should be practical. And then what happened? They stored the paddy and waited, and the cost of the paddy went up, they say, by 4 times. At that time they sold and then got money and brought many other things. That is one. And another time, when they built a new small house for the mother was not there, and the village man came and then called the assessor, and they taxed. What was the tax? 5 rupees per year. 5 rupees in modern, it is about 1/9 of a dollar, about 12 cents. Mother hears that. You see, no, they should not tax. Because I am here, it may be all right. Next, some monk may be here. So he may not be able to pay. So get tax exemption. He made one of the devotees write a letter to the village head. The village head said, this year I already taxed. Over next year we will waive it. Then afterwards, when the time came, she reminded, go write to him, remind him. So reminded, and a tax was removed. And every year, to save money, she would store all these things, because many devotees would go store rice and lentils and molasses and this and that, all those things, when the prices are down. And another big thing happened once. Swami Vivekananda started relief work in Calcutta. And there was no money. Swamiji was a great man of heart. When people are suffering, there is no money, what shall we do? We shall sell our monastery building, that Belur Mutt. We shall sell Belur Mutt and then serve the needy people. And some of the others were alarmed. Where will we stay if whole monastery is sold? Then the issue went to the mother. What shall we do? Said mother says, Naren, that is Vivekananda, you are all right, you can live under the tree and then do all these things, relief work and all that. But she saw the future. In future, so many will come. They will need it. So many devotees. Now we can see that how she was right. Absolutely right. Belur Mutt, many of you have seen Belur Mutt. How thousands and thousands and thousands of people go there. So that is a haven of peace and spirituality, all that. She visualized that. No, don't sell it. Her word was the law. Immediately Swami dropped it. And another, we have so many relief programs. In one of the dispensaries, it was meant for the poor people. And the organizer comes and tells the mother, Mother, it is meant for poor people. But those who can afford also will come. What shall we do? Rich people also will come for free medicines. Shall we stop them? Mother said, no. When they come to the place where poor people are helped, they are also poor people. Give them. Give them medicine. And there are wealth of incidents. Now it is time. And once someone in the family, there was a pet cat, mother's household. Some mother and then mother's niece, Radhu, they loved the cat. But all others did not have so much love for the cat. See, cats in India are not like American cats, Here, cats are treated very, very well. They have their hospitals and this and that. And I saw bed and breakfast also is their own place. I saw all that is there. But these are fortunate cats here. But there, they are not that fortunate. So some of them did not like the cat. Did not like not only that, beating the cat. Get away from here, get away from here. And someone was playing the cat, not playing with the cat with respect, with the foot like that she was doing it. Mother did not like it. See, God resides in the cat too. Don't do that. Salute the cat. So she was made to salute. And another was a brahmachari. He did not like cats. Beating all the time. And once mother was to go somewhere. After giving him all instructions, she gives special instruction. Be kind to the cat. Be kind to the cat. You give what is due to the cat. And like that he vaguely said. And she knew he would not obey that. Then he said, even in the cat I am present. That woke him up. Afterwards it is said, even others did not get special food. It didn't matter, but for the cat he used to have special food and feed the cat. And another time someone, after sweeping, using the broom, threw away like that. Said, why? Don't you need the broom again? Broom is a member of the family. Respect it. Salute the broom. So she showed how to spiritualize everything. Then the real meaning comes. And the practical instructions. There was one young man and who was near her working and helping in the ashrama. He fell ill, malaria. He said, I will go home and be with my parents and all that, and then get well and come. Mother said, fine. You go home, you get well, serve your parents, and then come back afterwards. It's a nice advice. And he stayed for quite a while and came back. Then afterwards, he joined the order. He became a brahmachari. Then afterwards, he fell ill again. Even brahmacharis fall ill. He fell ill again. So he said, I will go home again and then get well and come. And mother looked at him gravely, said, yes, you can go, but come back soon. And probably she saw the future that he will not obey that rule. So with great pain and disappointment was looking at him. And then he went home anyway. And he stayed on and on and on. And he got into more and more problems, entanglements there. And suddenly he remembered that eyes of the mother with disappointment and sadness, remembered that, straight away he ran back to the monastery. So, at one time she said, when he was not a brahmachari, stay long and serve parents. Afterwards, his dharma, when he became a brahmachari, was entirely different. So there, coming back, renouncing everything, and then giving up attachment, that was his main function. So that was the teaching. And what happens? And there are so many funny incidents also are there with regard to herself and with regard to others. Once, complaint came to her that that Radhu's niece's husband hit her, hit the wife. And mother said, what is this? She was shocked. Beating your wife? Then on inquiry found the wife had hit the husband earlier. First, she had thrown a towel. And mother did not know probably what to do with such cases. She tells one of the devotees, my dear, I never had any problem with my husband Ramakrishna. Do you have such encounters in your family? It is like that. Another time, she moved a heavy desk near her cot, and it fell down on her leg, and it was paining intensely. Oh, she was moaning with pain. I could have told someone, why did I do it myself? It is so heavy, I could have done. And others come and then scolds her. You are always like that. Especially one of her sisters-in-law or niece. You are always like that. You want to do everything yourself. That is why you are in trouble. So she was scolded. Yes, my dear, it is true. Like that, she accepts it. Another time, someone presents her with a carpet. It was a little longer. She wants to cut it into two. So in the process, what she does, one becomes irregular and small, another irregular and big. And she was so sad. What have I done? Such beautiful carpet, I have spoiled it. And again someone comes, we could have done for you. Yes, we could have done for you. We could have done all right. And then she accepted everything like this. And what people saw in her, in all these, is, she was not a renunciate. She was not a nun or a brahmacharini or anything. In the ordinary social sense, she was a householder. He was married to Sri Ramakrishna. But in life, her detachment was noticeable and intense. Everywhere that non-attachment is there, let go. If it goes, let go. She showed so much attention. That is one of the instructions for us. So much, no negligence. No negligence, no indifference about it. Full attention, hard work, but at the same time, complete non-attachment. Lord Krishna says in the Gita, Yogastha kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya siddha siddhyo samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. Being in yoga, centered in God consciousness, union with God, you work without attachment. Siddhya siddhyo samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. With that equanimity of mind. This is the main message given to us. The ancient Gita message lived is a living message. and Holy Mother doesn't give. She used to talk to people, that too very softly. Someone, Golopma or someone, her attendant, had to be there to interpret, to magnify her voice. That too she would cover herself. And quite a few people did not see her face at all. But few words she spoke were full of power. Full of power. Power to wake up our consciousness. So when we say that to common people, working people, this is Mother's life and her teachings, more than teachings, how he dealt with small things of life, Big things, somehow we get some enthusiasm and then just to show us off or something like that, they are accomplished. But small things we neglect or we are tired of doing it, chores. There, applying Holy Mother's method, it is for our day-to-day life, it is our manual, just as our software manual is there, like that manual. So let us keep that manual, our life, in front of our eyes, and then see how it helps in a very subtle way, in almost unguarded moments. It just comes in like that. We remember her teaching or her what she did, because there's a lot of power behind it. It is not really small. Lot of power behind. That is why it enters into our heart, it enters into our understanding and gently heals, gently guides, and gently gives us enthusiasm and then patience to handle all these. How Mother handled all this with great patience. So on this day let us try to remember, and Shravana Manana, hearing and then reflection. Let us reflect and then absorb some of the spirit of the Mother. Thank you again.